Hi guys, my name is Gail and welcome to this live stream today. This is my first time and I hope you bear with me because I'm new to StreamYard, I'm new to streaming and I'm new to YouTube as well. So please bear with me and I might your comments or your questions will be a little late on my end because I'm using StreamYard rather than if I use um, the YouTube live, then I'll be able to see your live chat. So, what are we going to do today? We'll just talk about it's just a random conversation about NMBI. So, I've received a lot of questions about NMBI, the new NMBI, the old NMBI, and whatnot. But I'll just discuss to you the most common questions that I encounter. So, shout out some of the people whom I've been speaking to want their name to be mentioned. So hi to Shanine, to Mads, to Maria Neri, who's online today, to Pete, to Shirlene Cruz, to John Patrick Santos. Sir, salute. Caleb and Albert, who's watching today. Welcome to this live stream, and I hope you bear with me because definitely I'm new to this and I'm not very familiar with this, but hopefully you'll bear with me. Everyone from Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, hi, hello. All those people who's watching from the Philippines, hi, mabuhay kayo. To all the frontliners, congratulations. You've done a lot of sacrifices for our Filipino people, and I admire you. And we have one visitor from another country. Sorry, no, I can't pronounce your name. I'm bad at names, but is it Gawan Rams? Hi to you. Yeah, so I think that's just an introduction now. We'll start our live streaming now. Um, we'll start our question and answer. If you have questions, you can type it in and I might be able to answer it, or if I can't answer it, I'll take note of it. And if I get a chance, I'll speak to the NMBI staff and we'll sort it out. How's that? Um, Shout out to Mr. PJ. Hi, PJ. Pinoy Nurse Adventure. Follow him on, subscribe to his channel, Pinoy Nurse Adventure. He also posts different, he features Ireland and how to come here and all those tips on having a better life, I guess, here in Ireland. I think just that. So first things first, NMBI. NMBI has this new system now, or has this new portal, which is called the MyNMBI. And I think a lot of you guys have confusion kasi nga this is not something like this is the same as before, but different, if you know what I mean. So let's start. I think you will ask me what are the most common um, documents that you'll be needing when you will be starting your application. So first things first is your qualification or your education. So for your education, you'll be needing your diploma from the university where you studied, and then your transcript of records. You will also need your course syllabus. Some of you might tell me that your course syllabus is like 50 pages or whatnot. Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing, guys. You just have to upload as much as you can, and then the rest of it you can send it to the email address, the g3reg at nmbi.ie, if you get what I mean. So you won't be able to upload the entire thing because there's a limit of the data that you could upload to your system. So what you can do is that you save it as a PDF file and send it to the email address of the NMBI. So we have that one sorted. So for your qualification, you need your diploma, your transcript of records, your course syllabus, and your RLE, or your related learning experience, which are converted from units to hours, or both of them will be present, just so you could justify your education or your qualification. So that's from the school or from the university where you've studied. Now we'll go from the licensing body or or from the Philippines, we have PRC. So from PRC, what you will be needing. So this is the thing, guys. We have, or so from other countries, you have other jurisdictions. But for us in the Philippines, we have PRC. So from PRC, I've spoken to one of the NMBI staff, and they mentioned that so long as your certificates or your documents show the following, say you have your name on it, you have your professional identification number, you have your division in which you're registered. Say if you're a nurse, it should be present on that one. The date of your initial registration and the date as to when your registration will expire. Also, it should show your registration status, whether it be active or inactive, and it is a temporary registration. And it should show your fitness to practice. Why does this? Why does NMBI require this CCPS? NMBI will need to verify your registration from the jurisdiction where you were initially registered. This is for them to, I mean, like for you to justify that, in our layman's term, that you have not killed anyone from your previous practice or from your previous employment, say. This may show them that you have not had any sanctions or restrictions from your previous jurisdiction that you were registered, as I said. That is from the PRC. So from the PRC, you may need your certificate of good standing. Oh, hi. Hi to my dad. My dad is watching from the Philippines. Hi, Daddy. So yeah, so we have the certificate. We need the certificate of good standing. We need the board rating, which will show basically your score. You need your certificate of passing, which will show that you actually passed the licensure exam. And also, if you could include your board certificate. And in the Philippines, we call it yung lupon ng mga nurse. This is like a certificate that you're actually registered. You're a registered nurse. So that's from the PRC. So now we got from the university, we got the one from the licensing body. And now we go to the employers. So we have in the NMBI website the two set of forms that you only need to download. So again, you only need two forms to download. First is your qualification form that you fill out and you give to your school registrar or your school dean's office. So the dean's secretary or probably your dean or the registrar will know how to sort it out for you. If not, you can get back to me and ask me, or you can communicate with NMBI if you have other questions that I may not be able to answer. So another form that you need to download is the employment form. So this employment form can be filled out by your director of nursing, your matron, your chief nurse. In the Philippines, we have one. Or say, for example, your head nurse. Anyone who is on top of your, who is like your supervisor, say, they can do this, they can fill out this form. Hi, Anna Marie Malabat. Yeah, you have an exam later because there's a quiz. I'm just literally doing this, guys, so you could watch this one when you have questions because these are the common questions that the applicants are asking me. So we've sorted that one. Also, the employment. So basically, you actually don't need your certificate of employment. However, there's a part on your NMBI application portal, your MyNMBI portal, where you fill out the boxes as to what are your experiences. And then after that, so we've sorted our qualification form, we've sorted our employment form, and those are the forms and the documents that you'll be needing. Also, please don't forget your evidence of English proficiency, say your IELTS or your OET. So these, you may not be needing this one on the start of your application because as I've said on my previous info video, it is only needed on your registration phase. However, if I may suggest, you might want to review for IELTS and OET while completing your documents. How's that? Yeah, yeah. So if you could share this live stream to any of your Facebook account, to your YouTube account, or to anyone on your friends on your Messenger and on Messenger, you can share this one so at least they could watch a live the live streaming. So next question: how to delete the drafts on my application part of NMBI? So basically, guys, I've literally tried it myself. Like I've literally opened and tried starting an application. So I've experienced, as you may have experienced as well, there are loads of drafts that are coming out on the My Application part of the NMBI portal. So I've asked again the NMBI as to what we will be doing to this one. They said you can't delete it. I'm so sorry if I fail you with this, but your drafts cannot be deleted as of the moment. Because the system is new, the NMBI staff are still sorting this out as well. Because probably, I'm not really sure, probably they have not seen that um, a lot of drafts will be present as to like if you're doing your application. So they said you can't delete it because the system, because the IT department will be the one who will be deleting them. And also, don't worry, guys, because these drafts will not be assessed. Okay? So, say if you've mistakenly uploaded a different document on your MyNMBI documents, if you have accidentally say put a different Word file, then don't worry, guys, because they will not be assessed unless you have your final payment of the 350 euros and you have completed all your documents. So I just want to remind you guys that if by any chance you're going to finalize your documents and you're going to pay your 350 euros, please make sure that you have all your documents uploaded. Make sure that they're correct and clear. And hopefully, if there's any information that they wanted from you, they'll send you an email asking for the documents, the supporting documents that they may be needing. I think we've sorted that one, the drafts. Another question is, what if I got married? So, say for example, when I started my application, um, my documents are on my like while I'm still single. So basically, guys, when you wanted to change your registration, I mean, like, your application to your new name or to your married name, you might want to go to. Wait, please bear with me. You might want to go to your personal details and then request for a change of name. So you might be asked for some proof of this. So you might want to include a copy of your birth certificate or a copy of your passport and the copy of your marriage certificate as well. So guys, this is the thing. What are the documents that needs to be certified? Say for example you have uploaded in your personal details on your app on your sorry now on your application you have uploaded your passport. You might be asked a certificate of true copy of your passport, of your birth certificate, and I'm sorry, your marriage contract or marriage certificate. So yeah, all the documents that will certify or like a proof of your identification needs to be certified. Um, okay, so I get a question here from Maria Neri. Ma'am, to be cleared, all the documents will just be uploaded once completed. No courier like before. Kahit later nyo na po sagutin after the list nyo. Okay. So anyways, I got a question there. So yes, guys, with the new MyNMBI system, there's no parcel, there's no courier, walang DHL, walang post office, walang ganon. All your documents will be uploaded in the system. I think maybe because of pandemic that they're doing this one, or they just want to improve their system. So as what I've said, yeah, that's basically it. So if you want to change your name, you can request for a change of name on your personal details and then provide the proof of the change of your name, say a marriage certificate. Basically just that. I think that those are the questions. And I have a question of what are the levels of competency for the employment form? So, what are the levels of competency from like on the employment form? Because if you could see, guys, if you have tried downloading the employment form, on the columns down on the bottom part, it will require your manager or your director of nursing to assess your level of competence based on your performance from before, so or from at present. So I've phoned NMBI and I've spoken to them regarding this. I've called many times. I've spoken to one of their staff for an hour because of this level of competence, and they themselves are not very sure of, to be honest, they're not very sure as to what are the levels of competence and what are the certain definition of each level. So I've asked one of the staff if what if we could put a reference, like if you could at least include a reference of the list of the levels of competence. Say level one is a novice. This is the definition of a novice. Level two is an advanced beginner. This is the definition of an advanced beginner. So at least your matron or your director of nursing, your chief nurse will also have a reference as to how she will assess you. I think that would be a really big help. And the NMBI staff actually agreed with me with this with the suggestion that I've made up. Um, I think that would really be of help. There are some uh, level of competence online that you could download and you could print it out and you could attach it to your employment forms. Then let your managers, your head nurse fill it out, and then please include this reference as well when you upload your employment form. If there's any changes to this from the NMBI, I'd be happy to be informed, just in case you get any information about the level of competence. But as of the moment, that is the information that I got from the NMBI when I called them a few days ago. How about the COGS po ng PRC and Saudi councils? Need din po ba in-authorize? So with the certificate of good standing, to be honest, I don't want to be smart here, but some of the viewers can probably also like testify that I'm not really, I don't know if this will be needed, like notarized. But I think from the old system, you see, from the old system, you can see the list on the NMBI website. It will actually ask you to notarize your documents from PRC. However, when I did mine, I actually just submitted the CCPS form to PRC, and then they actually just sent the documents that I needed. So with this, I might be able to ask NMBI soon when I get a chance. I might be listing these questions and then ask them if it needs to be notarized. But I think I know someone who actually uploaded his uh, mm, documents from PRC without being notarized. So um, we will just clarify that one. If I go on live stream again or on my future info videos, I might be able to inform you if that's it. But I know someone who uploaded his without um, without being authorized. So yes, tipid tayo sa shipping fee this time because from my time we've sent loads of documents because you need to pay before. This is the old system that I'm telling you guys. You need to pay for PRC, the parcels from the PRC. You need to pay from the school. You need to pay for your from your employment, and you also need to pay for yourself because sorry, you need to send them your personal details and whatnot. So basically, this new system is kind of confusing, but it's also a new system that will really be of help to the new applicants because it's I can't say it's easy to be honest because if you're a new applicant. There's a lot of confusion. I actually and I honestly believe you with that one. So hi John Anthony Sia, hello, how are you? I got a question here. It says, Mom, I know I've asked this before. Please enlighten us about the compensation measures. Yes, hey, Anna Marie Balabat. So with the compensation measures, to be honest, if I was a new applicant as well, I'd be confused because when you say compensation, it's the money and it's the salary, but it is not, guys. This is the compensation measures that we need to do in order to be able to qualify to practice as a general nurse here in Ireland. So in order to compensate with with this registration or with our application, we need to do either of the two. So if you got your decision letter and it says compensation measures, it will ask you to do either of the two things. So first, it's either you undergo adaptation program. Some of the hospitals here would conduct an adaptation program. The second one is the aptitude test, or what we usually call the RCSIA test. So those two, you can just like pick. You're to be honest, you can't pick because usually employers, if you get hired, employers will be the one who will tell you whether they have the adaptation program or you will be taking the aptitude test. So that's with the compensation measures. Another question here from Elise, clarification lang po dun sa employment portion. I-upload na po ba lahat ng employment for sa lahat na naging employer or lang muna? Okay, so the question is, do we have to upload all of our employment forms even from before? Well, guys, to be honest, what NMBI wants is that is to prove that you have at least 12 months, you have at least a 12-month experience as a nurse. Yun lang yun siya, guys. But then if you have like if you've worked in the Philippines, say for 1 year, and then you move to Saudi Arabia, you might want to include all of them because if you could read the applicant user guide that NMBI has, they've discussed about fraud and omission of employment, omission of registration. So I don't want to rain on your parade. I don't want to scare you guys, but this is the reality. NMBI actually put that one in their applicant user guide. So yeah, so within the past 5 years, I'd say yes. And guys, NMBI will not be the one who will decide as to what is your how do I say this one? Your I forgot the term, but NMBI will not determine your salary. So whether you just declare to NMBI this and that, it will still be your employers who will discuss to you the contract and your salary. So I have another question here. What request po sa PRC for CCPS? Yun ba yung sinabi nyo na? Yes. Yes, Maurice. So as what I've said a while ago, if you review this video, I've actually discussed, I've actually answered this question, Maurice. Thank you. Um, Hi, Minimalist Mind. Thank you. You're most welcome. Yeah. Basta kaya lang. Basta kaya kong sagutin, sasagutin natin yan. Pag hindi kaya, tawagan natin si NMBI, okay? Um, hindi kailangan sagutin na agad, Mary, because baka makalimutan ko. So yun na nga. It says here, is there vacancies coming from non-EU candidates? Chiku Benny, hi Chiku Benny. If you're asking about vacancies on hospitals, hospitals would not would not choose whether you're an EU candidate or you're a non or you're an overseas nurse. That's how they are termed here, like an overseas nurse, like us. Like I want to mention because mostly we have Indian nurses, Filipino nurses, South African nurses, Nepali nurses, so Egyptian nurses. So these are the overseas nurses. So usually, like hospitals wouldn't choose. However, this is a thing now. However, in the Philippines, there's a ban that is has been like how do I say this one? There's a ban basically not allowing our Filipino nurses to leave the country. So this also affects the employment status or the employment rate of our Filipino nurses because of this ban, our employers here in Ireland hesitate to hire Filipino nurses that are presently in the Philippines. However, if you're, say, in Saudi Arabia or you're in Oman, I'm sorry, employers would be happy to discuss to you the terms or discuss to you as to how they will be bringing here in Ireland. It says here the salary scale. I've known some people who've discussed the salary scale. I might be able to link with you, Marinaria, with that one. But if you want me to speak about the salary scale, it depends because your salary scale depends. I mean, your salary depends on your years of experience, especially here in Ireland. So if you go to other countries, I don't want to specifically mention a certain country, but here in Ireland, your salary depends on your. Did you lose me? Or what's the story? Hi guys, can you still hear me? Oh my gosh. I don't know if I'm actually still live, to be honest. Oh, I'm still live, but I'm on my phone. I can't see myself. So, to be honest, I might not be able to read your comments here. So, I will be reading your comments through my YouTube account. So, as I've said, um, yeah, so your salary scale depends on your years of experience. So your years of experience is nawala ako guys. Sorry, I'm really sorry. So in other countries, when you're a new nurse there, whether you have a 15-year experience back home or if you have a 3-year experience, once you've started in that country, in a specific country, all of your salaries will be the same. So basically, that's how it is. But here in Ireland, your salary depends on your years of experience. So that's actually one of the things that you might want to consider. Next question is, Ma'am Will, to clarify lang po, RCSI or adaptation once na may DL na po kami. So Maria Ravenna has a question. The question is, when are we going to have our RCSI or adaptation? Basically, once you have your decision letter, you will be then booked for an RCSI exam or for an adaptation program. So yes, after the decision letter. Um, Assumpta Lorenza Biason. Hello ma'am, my chance ba na makahanap ng employer is 2018 pa last work experience? I'm so sorry. I have 3 years experience, 2015. Hi Assumpta, yes. To be honest, yes, because the latest you need to have at least 1 year experience. Say if you apply now, say if you apply now 2020, then you just need an experience from 2015 to present. So if you have at least 1 year experience on that one, then you'll be qualified to apply, I guess. Yeah. Next is will the agencies from Ireland consider us kahit kakastart pa lang namin ng NMBI? What do you mean, Maria Neri? Will the agencies from Ireland consider us kahit kakastart pa lang po namin? Uh-huh. I need to check on that one. I actually didn't get your question, um, um, Maria Neri, and I can't read your comments now. To be honest, I can't read your comments. And I'm bad at this. Am I horrible or what? Um, but anyways, Maria Neri, I didn't get your question to be honest. Because I can't read your comments now, I'm really sorry. I just want to tell you some things that you might want to watch out on my YouTube channel because I will be discussing to you the terms you need to learn before you come here because the terms in the hospital because say if in the Philippines we call our urine as urine, we call it here as a urine or a wee, like that. So I'll be discussing to you these terms in my next vlogs, and also I'll be discussing to you not actually discuss. I'll just tell you the 10 things you need to remember before and during your NMBI application. Say number one. I'll give you number one today. So number one is do your research. Do your research, guys, because when you research, when you read, when you watch videos, this will actually help you or like convince you whether you really want to go to Ireland or not. Whether Ireland is for you or would you want to consider other countries to move? Because if you have other priorities, then you might consider other countries. Say if you really want to save up money, a bunch of money, then um, Ireland might not be suitable for you because in Ireland the quality of life is there's a high quality of life, and also the you need to spend here. You earn euros. I think yeah, I think that one. First one is to research. And we've been talking for nearly half an hour now. I hope this will happen again. Definitely, this live stream will happen again. And I'm so happy to those people who really attended this, who happily joined me to this live stream. I'd be happy to entertain your questions if you comment on my YouTube videos or if you join our social media group, which is the Filipino Nurses in Ireland, or the new NMBI system for Filipino nurses, I might be able to answer your questions. I might not be able to answer your questions if you send me a personal message on Facebook because there are tons of you guys who've been sending me messages and I won't be able to open all of your messages. I think that one and hopefully this will happen again. I'll end this one now because basically number one I can't read comments. Number two, we've talked already for half an hour. I'll be doing this one again. Definitely, I'll have an announcement. But as of the moment that I'm not going on live streaming, you might drop your questions there, and we can ask NBI. I can bring them if I get a chance. How's that? I think we've discussed some of them. We've discussed some of our topics and some of the common questions that I usually get. And watch out for my next info vlogs, and watch out on my info videos. I mean, not vlogs, videos, and watch out for my for my literally skip maybe, or I'll um, the setup here in Ireland or the hospital, or I can show you Ireland basically. If you have any suggestion, you can comment down below. I'd be happy to answer your question. I'd be happy to consider your suggestions. And I'm really thankful. I'd like to say thanks to everyone who joined. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that this, I'd say this is a success, because I'm not expecting I'll get like the number of people watching. I actually thought there'll be only two. One is my dad, and the other one is probably one of my friends. But yeah, I'm so happy to have this live streaming with you guys. I'm speaking in English mostly because I also have like subscribers that are English speakers, and they really appreciate that we speak English. Anyways, I think that's it, guys. Again, I'm so thankful for your response to this live streaming, and hopefully we can do this again. How's that? Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And please ask your friends to subscribe to my channel, to like the videos if you think they're very helpful to you. And don't forget to click that notification bell, because they will remind you if I'm going live streaming or if I have a new video. All right? That's it, you guys. Thank you so much. Thanks a million. Bye bye. Bye bye.